I just wanted to come on and talk to you about people today and how they're different. Do you find, we all kind of agree that there's a shift. I mean, everybody I talk to is going, what's going on? They know that there's been some kind of shift, or I just got two texts last night asking me if there's something spiritual, energetically going on. And yes, there is. It's the shift. It's not something that just happened in a day. We've had them before where maybe a week or something, but this is ongoing. It hasn't completed yet. I don't know when it'll complete, but it's affecting a lot of people in very negative ways. And it's everybody I talk to, almost everybody I talk to. And then there's the other side. It's like we're completely divided into sections. There's people who are really angry. There's the rioters. They call themselves protesters, but they're rioters. Then there's people that just seem to be unaffected completely. And then there's the people that are affected in major, major ways. My health has taken a total dive, really in bad ways. I'm not going to get into it, but it's really serious. Finances have totally dived as well, not just for me, but some people, people I talk to, they're like, holy baloney, what am I going to do? People are seeing shadows, but the biggest thing that's getting to me, biggest thing, oh, and then there's the angry people, they're really, really angry, like the rioters and stuff. I mean, extremely angry. A lot of them, some people know what they're angry about. Others, they have no idea. I mean, you talk to some of these writers and they're like, we have no idea really what we're talking about. They can't answer the question, but not all of them. I know some of them are very clear. And I don't want to get into some kind of political thing, but what's really, really bothering me? I work in the field that I work in. I deal with people that are going through really heavy stuff, grieving, loss of loved ones, suicides, um, you know, really devastating things. That's the people that I deal with. So I hear this stuff often. And I deal also with another sect, another group of people. Another group of people I deal with are the homeless, the needy, the hungry, the really, even if they're not homeless, the really poor, people that are suffering from domestic violence or rape and other violent crimes. And then I also I work with a lot of families of missing persons and unsolved crime. And with those, I'm normally people will donate to causes, like if somebody's missing, they will either donate their time or their money, or they'll donate water or supplies for those that are searching. They'll donate money for the people to come in and help. They'll donate, like if it's somebody that is a normal breadwinner, they'll donate, to help out the family. Homelessness, I mean, there's so many people that donate. I also advocate, like I said, for people in court, rape victims, or there's a whole sex trafficking phenomenon. It's a whole problem that's going on, and it is happening here. It's happening right here in New Hampshire, right in New England, all across the US, not just in some foreign land where we'll just hear about it. It's happening here. Anyway, I mean, I know that a lot of people don't like to help the homeless. They think they're drug addicted. They think it's their own fault, whatever. I have known people that are homeless. I have been homeless myself, and it's not always the person's fault. Now, granted, sometimes it is. Sometimes people make mistakes. I believe in helping people regardless of what got them there, but I know a lot of people have a problem with maybe because they're addicted or whatever. Now, there are some homeless that choose to be. That's what they want, and so be it. God bless them. But then there's others who maybe lost their mind, who maybe ended up in a really bad situation and they didn't have family or friends. And you say, well, everybody has family or friends. Well, I beg to differ. I don't. I mean, I do have a handful of friends. I don't have any family. I do have living family, but they don't love me. It's a plain and simple fact. I mean, I'm not crying about it. It's just they don't. My mother was, she loved me as much as she could. She was mentally ill. She separated our family quite a bit because we were all abused younger. But she's crossed over now, and if anybody in my family loved me, I'd say it was her. But even when I was homeless, she wouldn't help me. She wouldn't even let me come take a shower at her house. It was crazy. I'm facing homelessness again because my millennial landlord, who, and I don't mean to offend you if you're of that generation, but you've got to admit that many of your peers are uncaring individuals. Well, since I moved in here in November. It's now February, the beginning of February. And this is the fourth time that she said, she sold the place, or now it's her ex is moving back in. So it's quite obvious. I don't know why she rented it out. It's quite obvious she doesn't want me here, and that's fine. You know what? I've accepted it. I'm leaving. I don't know where I'm going. I don't have the funds to get another place, but I will. I trust God. All the things that I teach about manifesting, I believe in them, or I wouldn't teach them. I'm not just one of these people that says it will. I know it works. I know that prayer works. I know that God is real, and I know that God helps his people. But the way he helps his people is through people. Usually, I mean, God can do anything. He could make, $1 million fall from the sky, but chances are he won't. He helps through people. And what I've noticed is that people are showing, many people are apathetic more than ever lately, more than ever. I saw a homeless guy the other day, two of them actually, within a 20-minute time period, and that might not have been unusual when I lived in Manchester, but now living in Boston is very unusual. I didn't think there was a homeless population here, and I still don't think there is. But these two unfortunate people, I was at one gas station and I saw one, and then I went to Cumberland Farms and I saw another. And my son bought the one at Cumberland Farms. He went to buy a piece of pizza. Now, get this, okay? He went to buy a piece of pizza because they sell it individually. And it says it's $1, but he wasn't thinking tax. Well, he scrounged up everything he had, and he only had $1.02, I think $1.02. Well, with tax, it's $1.08, and they wouldn't let him get it. So he got himself a honey bun, but it was clear that he was hungry. You could see it in him that he was very hungry. So my son, who was in the store, he had my card, but that's okay. He offered to buy him, a couple pieces of pizza and his honey bun and a drink. Not that I'm saying, go, my son is wonderful, but that's how it used to be all the time. That's how people in general were. And it was the exception, the people that didn't help, you know. The other guy, the guy that we saw first, he was just looking for 50 cents. I can't tell you how many people said no to him. I noticed that people don't help. But, it's one thing to help an organization, and that's good because there are some really good organizations. But you got to understand that organizations, they pay the people that work there. If they're on the up and up, they do help people. They do what they say they're going to do, but not all of them are on the up and up. A lot of times, only 3 cents out of your dollar goes to that charity, to the actual cause. Not with all of them. I'm not putting down all of them. But, I have roughly 2,100 followers, and I would say that a good portion of them, I may not know personally, like been in their house, but I talk to them regularly. My friend created a GoFundMe page for me because I've been really ill, and I'm having a hard time with payment, taking time off of work to get the treatment that I need. I mean, the hospital is giving me a discount and all of that, but to get people to donate $5 is like pulling teeth. And you know what? Whatever. If you're not going to donate to me, what about that homeless guy? You know what? If you know somebody that's in need, don't worry about how they got there. I mean, if you feel uncomfortable giving them cash, buy them a meal. Because granted, yeah, some of them will use it for, say, drinking or whatever. Honestly, I don't care because that drink might actually save their life. I don't know. But if you care, buy them a meal instead. Maybe buy them a pair of sneakers. Have you ever seen somebody that is wearing the same shoes and they live outside? Buy them a pair of sneakers. Buy them, I don't know, whatever, something. Give them a smile. Don't treat them like they're like you can't be bothered by them. That's what I see. That's what bothers me. And I don't know, maybe it's just the place, the little section of the earth that I live in. But I heard a guy talking today from Australia about it. And he was saying the same thing. So I tend to think that it's not just my little community. I'm really upset about it. It really bothers me. My whole life, and I'm not, believe me, I'm a sinner. I am not perfect. I'm far from perfect. I have many, many faults. But my whole existence is God, my family, and then my passion, my work is helping those that are grieving, helping those that are going through rough times, helping the poor, helping the downtrodden, missing persons. I don't charge for any of that. I mean, I do ask that they pay my expenses if I have to fly out or something, but if they couldn't, then I would do a raffle or discounted prices to oftentimes you'll see on my Facebook page I oftentimes have discounted prices or raffles. That's what those raffles are for. That's what those discounted prices are for. Always for something like that, either a missing persons case, unsolved crime case, um, to help me, to help this woman who's been hurting. I had one woman one time, and I got to tell you, it did upset me. And I don't normally do these kinds of videos, and I probably won't keep it up long because I'm just kind of venting. But I had one woman one time. I was doing a raffle, I think. I don't even think it was discounted prices. I think it was a raffle. I don't remember. Could have been discounted prices. I don't remember. But it was one of those times. And what I was doing was helping a young mother with two young babies who was living on the street, and she needed some help. And I was trying to help her as much as I could. So I was raising money for that. And I think it was discounted prices. I can't remember for sure, but I got this woman who is always posting stuff on her Facebook page about God and prayer and all of that. Claims to be, like, loudly proclaims herself a Christian. And she was so nasty to me. Like, why doesn't she go to a shelter? And unfortunately, this woman did go to a shelter, and she was sexually assaulted in that shelter. And the woman was like, no, how does that happen? Maybe do the people at the shelter know? And I was like, yeah, they do know. They know. Of course they know. They know how unsafe it is. I'm not saying shelters don't help people, but they, especially in the city, they don't have enough people to be watching every second. And they kick you out first thing in the morning, in the dead of winter or hot of summer, whatever. That's just the way it is. People that are homeless don't have it made. I know we have people that use the system. I get it, believe me. I have another friend, speaking of using the system, I know so many people that are on Social Security disability, and the reasons they're on it are very lame, to say the least. This man broke his neck twice, broke his lower back, suffers from post-concussion syndrome, which almost made him blind. You can tell when you talk to him that he's got a little bit of brain damage. Now, I mean, is he still able to communicate? Yes. Then he found out he has glaucoma. He was denied. Denied. You know what the judge said? Since you can communicate. She asked him, can you still communicate? And he said, well, yes, I'm talking with you. And she denied him. So now he's going to go start the process over. I'm praying that he does and that it does go through. But I know some people who, they claim to have anxiety. They have a psychiatrist back it up, and they don't get denied. And at the same time, I used to have a friend, she's since crossed over, but she went on two different things, anxiety and lower back problems. Now, granted, she didn't break her neck or her back. She got full benefits, and she ran a food pantry after that and dealt with many, many people. She said she couldn't handle people, so she couldn't have a job. She worked with many, many people, and believe me, she could lift more than many men that I know. We used to joke about that she was like she was stronger than most men I know. She got it, full benefits. This is the world that we've lived in. We pay our celebrities millions of dollars, and they're up there dissing everybody just because they can. Not all of them, but some of them. As you know, if you've watched the awards, it's really none of their business, but they're up there and they're provoking others to anger and to actions that maybe they wouldn't take otherwise. They don't realize, or they do realize, the impact they have on their fans, and they don't care. and they get millions. Then we have sports athletes, and I'm not saying the athletes don't just, they work hard, I get it, but they're making millions, billions. Social workers make almost nothing. Teachers don't make enough. People that take care of other people, homeless people, homeless shelter people don't make anything. Why? So today, can you just take the challenge and, you know what, help somebody? If you don't have anything financially and they need financial help, give them $5. You know, you might have that in your change drawer. Buy them a coffee. If you see a GoFundMe page, don't just pass it. Look at it, read it. It's there for a reason. I know there are some people that put up GoFundMe's for like vacations or whatever, but you know, a good portion of them are for a real reason. You know, um, help somebody today. We can bring it back. It seems like whatever shift happened really brought about the negatives stronger than the positives. My friend did a GoFundMe page for me even before I found out that I'm going to be, you know, without a house. And I won't be. I will not be homeless. I will find a way. I can still work. Even with my health issues, I can still work. I will find a way. I take care of my family, and I'm not going to stop doing that. I haven't so far. But you know, I think, damn, I'm 49 years old. I'll be 50. And I know a lot of people say, oh, that's not that old. Well, to me, it is. I had more material wise when I was in my 20s than I do today. I have grown leaps and bounds spiritually. I'm a much better person than I was then, and I was never the type of person that would use and abuse people. But I didn't know God the way I know Him now. We have come to such a sad place in this life. And all the stuff that I teach about manifesting, that's all true. It's all true. At the same time, I think we all have our lot in life, and we all, you know, have to kind of balance it out. The shift has blocked a lot of people's manifestations, but don't give up. That's like the whole goal of the negative, is to have you give up and stop trying. Keep on manifesting, keep on raising your vibration. You keep on, don't become so bitter that you don't help anybody else. Don't become so mind effed. Excuse me, but that's the only way I can think of it. You know, a woman that I care about called me yesterday because her friend just had an absolute psychotic break because of this stuff. People need to help people. We are living in a reality that's not real pretty. I mean, you can go outside and it's beautiful, but you know what I mean. The hearts of man is showing through. Anyway, like I said, thanks for listening to me rant. Help somebody today, please. God bless you.